In the heady days of the Ninth Age, two armies, ogre kingdoms and highborn elves, meet for a frontline or a hold-the-center battle with a diagonal deployment, that is refused flank. The highborn elves dropped their fast cav first, and we're playing the national tournament armies up for the tournament in 1 month. The ogres have made 3 drops here, of all of ogres, and the Northern Sea Guards and the Sky Sloop have come out. And we're off. The highborn elves chose to drop everything. Here you can see the ogres' final deployment. And what did the highborn elves drop? They have 2 Knights of Rima units, a dragon, and the Flame Phoenix, which is moving on the highborn elves' first turner, on the flank with the Knights of Rima. They'll be battling for holding the center. That's this mountain right here, which is the exact center, the middle of the mountain. So the highborn elf will circle up around the center their first turn and have perchance an advantage on that basis. In the first turn of the highborn elves, the most important thing was scrying, coming off on the dragon princes in the field, so that would be a -2 for these lead belchers to hit them. Otherwise, 1 ogre fell on the far side in the little unit. They made their panic test, and that's that. Dragon Prince is hiding behind the mountain in the center. The positioning war is on.
Yes.
The ogres are finished with their movement, moving aggressively up to take the objective for the next round. There are contemplations on both generals' sides about charges and counter-charges for the coming round, because the center will be hotly contested. The mammoth does not want to be charged by the dragon. It's more comfortable taking the charge, but it's also needed for counter-charging purposes, because the highborn elves have the next round now. The lead launchers are ready to shoot down the fire phoenix, hoping to take the flank thereby.
They are rocking 13 charge.
After ogre turn 1, they shot down 2 dragon princes with these lead belchers. That was the greatest success in this turn, and tried to shoot down the fire phoenix, but only did 1 wound. So now the lead belchers are in a precarious position against the dragon princes and the dragon. I'll note again that the dragon princes had soft cover and the divination spell giving them hard target. So they were too hard to shoot. Now the players agree, seemingly, that the ogres have a strong hold on the center, but the flank seems open to the highborn elves. On their turn 2, the highborn elves charge with the sea guards into the general's block of ogres. Other than that, the Flame Phoenix tried to charge 2 units of blasters, bombardiers. They both fled, a very smart move, and it was a mistake to charge with the Phoenix first. The dragon princes could have charged the bombardiers off the table. The magic phase, however, flopped for the highborn elves. On the highborn elf turn 2, they charged the sea guards into the general's block of ogres, which was a mistake. They didn't have the fighting power to take out the ogres. They got a draw, even though they're distracting in the first round. Only did 1 wound to the ogres, and now they're in an awkward position. They had to chaff this ogre unit, so they wouldn't be charged in the flank, and the dragon princes took a flee. The wolves are charged into the spearmen. There are dangers on both sides. On this flank, the highborn elves are still strong.
2 terninger på hereditæren, minus 1 tribun mot de.
And it looks like
Det fikk jeg.
the ogres will hold the objective.
Ja, gjør den gå.
Unless some ogre unit flees from combat here. So in the second round, the ogres have 1 score down on hold the ground.
4.
Ja, det er sånn alve spesialregel. Spydene slåss i ekstra rekker.
It might not have been a mistake after all
To
charge with the sea guards because they beat the ogre general's unit now and caught it in pursuit. So the ogre general is dead. The spearmen beat the charging wolves. They flopped on their attacks.
Ikke nødvendig å hive en gang, men vi får hive.
So they fled, but they got away.
Ja, vi kan bare fjerne det. Eller kanskje overleve.
Det er risikoen med det, men 3 opp så føler jeg liksom, da er det...
The ambushers did not come on, and the central combat did a lot to change the balance of power. It's a draw on the objective. Both the ogre boss here and the pursuing sea guards are within 6.
Ja, men da får vi prøve å slå der da.
In turn 3, everything charged. The dragon, the phoenix, and the dragon princess in the flank of the remaining ogre boss. This looks dark. Grim, actually. Factually grim.
But we don't know for who. Because that bus is pretty beef.
There's a lot of beef in the bus.
Yes.
Although it is surrounded now, so we'll see. On the highborn elf turn 3, they did not manage to break the steadfast of the BSB's unit, so they stood and they got help from the frost horn.
Aurark, er det ikke noe sånt?
Ja, det der er... Hva kaller den igjen da? Frost Mammoth.
Frost mammoth. And the ogres with the BSB killed their dragon. The IKEA dragon is down. And they're winning the combat in the ogre turn.
Er det med det står?
Jeg står og koser meg.
Charge, og så skal jeg prøve å de-charger.
Ja.
Og så charger jeg med de.
Ja.
Og så charger jeg med prinsen min.
Ja.
Og charger ut av uniten.
Ja.
The ogres won the
Så det var
combat.
11 charge.
The dragon princess fled. They escaped, however, an incredible escape,
Dette er en 9 charge.
jumping over the frost
Da
mammoth.
stiller jeg for han først.
And now the highborn elves are making a new attempt at surrounding the ogres. The last attempt did not work.
Da kommer alt inn.
However, the highborn elves had the objective, the center, in the end of round 3.
Vi har skilt på de var 4.
4.
Så da treffer jeg på 3.
The flame phoenix is also in there.
Reroll
So
igjen.
many ogres have fallen.
God den banneren, altså. Sånn.
Står det egentlig der.
Det er teknisk riktig.
The ogre boss actually did 17 wounds to the spearmen, so they won even though they were surrounded and there were only 2 ogres left. That means
Jeg får se om de er der da.
that in round 4
7, det gjør det ikke.
for the ogres,
Ja.
they
Da
could
var
charge
det-
the dragon princess.
Ja, fordi da løper du gjennom en passive.
The ambushers came in.
Og så...
Ja,
And
vi
they
får se hvor langt de
charged
løper.
the fleeing
Ja, de løper flier med 3, og det gjør de.
flame phoenix,
10,
which
så
fled
var
from
de
the
blant
same
hodet.
combat.
Ja, jeg tror det. Det er gjerne sånn.
It's been going terrible for the
Right.
highborn elves
Ja, det sier vi.
in the combined charges they've done to try to eliminate the ogre bosses. It's been a dreadful experience for them. The highborn elf player is nodding. And here we end the game as the spearmen over after the ogre boss, the remaining 2 guys in the ogre boss overran into their flank, chose to forfeit the battle and give up. The frost mammoth had killed 3 of the dragon princes and they would have fled off the table, so they all gave up now. Well, all the remaining ones.
I only have 2 dragon princes, 1 sky sweep and a bolt thrower left.
They're the ones we're talking about.